What's up, everyone? Welcome to Maelstrom Gaming. I'm Maelstrom, and today we have a replay commentary on Tomb of the Spider Queen as Jaina, Lady Jaina Proudmoore. Now let's talk a little bit about what Jaina is. She's a ranged assassin who specializes in doing just a metric ton of burst damage. That's kind of her niche, is burst damage. And that all comes from chaining together her abilities appropriately. Now let's talk about her abilities really quick so we can actually talk about what's happening in the game. I'm actually going to pause because there's a little bit I want to go in depth about this. Now we first have to talk about her trait. Her trait is Frostbite, and basically, all abilities that you deal, including your heroic, which we'll talk about in a little bit, chill your targets, which slows their movement speed by 25% and amplifies damage from your abilities by 50%. Just think about that. 50% more damage from your abilities. This is kind of what defines a good player, a good Jaina player and a bad Jaina player, is whether you can appropriately make use of Frostbite and get the most efficiency out of it. So, first ability, Frostbolt, deals 65 damage in a line and chill the target. Pretty basic ability. Kind of hard to land if there's a bunch of minions in the way, or if your target's kind of far away. Blizzard, bombard an area with 2 waves of ice, dealing 61 damage for each wave, and damaged enemies are chilled, and are affected by chilled. And Cone of Cold, deals 73 damage and chill targets. So there's a lot of ways you can combo these abilities in quick succession. So you can Blizzard into a Cone of Cold, you can Frostbolt into Cone of Cold, Frostbolt, Blizzard. You can just do a lot of things. Or you can Blizzard, then throw a Frostbolt out, or a Cone of Cold really fast. So the target in the Blizzard takes chill damage from the Blizzard. You can do a lot of stuff with Jaina. A lot of cool stuff. We'll talk about our heroic when we get closer to level 10. And we're actually going to throw down a Blizzard on top of the Vala and the minion wave, just so we can get a bit of damage in early on, and also clear the minion wave. Jaina's really good at damaging her enemies while also pushing the wave, and just pushing the wave in general. Super strong stuff. Don't know why we didn't pick up that gem. We're kind of looking like a mouth breather there, but whatever. The Zeratul now in the bot lane. We're laning with a Tassadar. I love laning with Tassadar. Tassadar and Malfurion are just lane buddies for life for Jaina, because infinite mana with Malfurion and just shields for days with Tassadar. So look at that. Minion wave's almost completely cleared, or at least a lot of their health is gone. And we are going to be taking at level 1 Conjurer's Pursuit. All of these are okay. Increased range on Frostbolt, increased duration of chill from 4 to 6 seconds, increased slow from chill. This is probably what I'd take if I wasn't taking Conjurer's Pursuit, but I feel like Jaina has a lot of mana problems, especially early on. So I feel like this is just so good for when you're casting so many spells that actually cost a fair bit of mana. We're actually going to get a lot of value from it this game. And we did rotate up on the Diablo, try to get something there, but didn't quite have enough damage yet. And we have just complete control of this lane. Like, the Zeratul needs to be pretty much babysitting the Vala here. Did take Fountain. We're going to try to do the same thing again, but it doesn't look very likely. Look at that snipe. Ooh, beautiful. Jaina's not very super new player friendly. There are a lot of skill shots you have to land, and if you take like one of the heroics, Ring of Frost, there's a bit of planning that you have to do. Zeratul's gonna get away here with the Blink. He gets away a lot with Blink. And level 4, all of these are also okay. This is pretty bad. Piercing, Frostbolt, it's not that good. Increased Snowstorm, if you're super new to Jaina, this might help you a lot, because the radius is actually pretty massive. Arcane Intellect, it's okay, but we're taking Conjurer's Pursuit anyway, so we don't really need it. And Venom's actually going to give us probably the most damage, or at least the highest potential damage. You know, if we don't hit a Snowstorm, we're not going to do that much damage. Zeratul being Zeratul. We're going to try to turn in here. We try to ambush a little bit. We get the Vala down to half health, and that's just kind of... If we landed all our abilities there, she'd be down to like a third of her health. It's kind of massive, the amount of damage Jaina can do. Great Tassadar ability, man. I love Oracle so much. It's so useful. We're not really scared, so we can afford to pick up these gems. We maybe should have backed a little earlier, but I was not scared of the Zeratul or the Vala. I felt like I could just combo them to hell. Gonna try to get a turn in here. And as you'll see, he runs in, takes a big Blizzard to the face. I think we hit him with Cone of Cold as well. At this point, we're going to turn in, but then we're going to try to help out over here. We do get to turn in. And I believe, yeah, the Diablo runs super far in, you know, and we're here with just a lot of damage. And if you actually take a look, let's actually jump back just a little bit. Let's see how much damage we actually do from abilities and how much we do from auto attacks. Because a lot of people, when you play Jaina, you just worry about your spells, right? You're a mage, you don't need to auto attack. It's actually very important to auto attack on this hero, on any ranged hero. Because auto attacks do a lot of damage. Let's take a look. Let's look at what actually damages Diablo from us. Okay. Boom. Cone of Cold. 145 damage. And we hit a Frostbolt on him. We hit the Envenom on him. We've dealt about 400 damage so far. And look at 1 auto attack, 2 auto attack, 3 auto attacks. Lot of damage from auto attacks. He probably wouldn't have lived either way, but it guaranteed that we're killing him. If we just, like, chased after him with our abilities, sure, we probably could have gotten another Cone of Cold or maybe another Frostbolt off on him. But you don't need to waste your mana in situations where you can just kill someone with auto attacks. Don't be afraid to just auto attack, even on minion waves. You know, you don't have to blizzard every minion wave. It makes sure that you, especially in the early levels, that you have mana in case something happens. We probably could have used Blizzard here since we did have Fountain, but it's fine. Level 7, we're going to be taking Frostbitten. This is probably going to give you the most damage potential again. A lot of the talents just are about damage potential, like damage maximums. Talk about that in just a second. This is kind of the most Benny Hill chase I've ever seen in a game of heroes. Just, oh no, it's Diablo, run the other way. Oh, he almost got me. Oh no. And look at how much damage the enemy team is taking just from chasing me. It's actually kind of massive. We almost get a kill on the Diablo, but he does actually get away with a nice shadow charge there. Keep in mind, outplaying your opponents isn't just landing your abilities. It's playing mind games. And if you can lead them on a wild goose chase for so long, why not? So we did get web weavers, and they did a bit of work. We didn't get any forts, but we did get a lot of damage on the forts, or at least the walls. And we figure, just kill the middle fort. It's the lowest, and pretty safe. They're going to jump up behind us, but let's take a look. Where are we right now? We're right here. Malfurion's coming up. We know it's we kind of want to be over here, right? Like, there is the Vala and the Malfurion over here, but over here there's a Diablo and a Zeratul, and we don't know where Hammer is. So right now, we want to be over here. Where's my box? There's my box. So what do we have to do to get over here? Well, that's the plan. Get over here. What do we have to do that? We have to get through the Malfurion and the Vala. So, we're going to move back. There's no threat to us now, because they're not attacking us. So it's like, might as well throw some abilities out. And look at that. That's a great storm. And we're going to pretty much combo right on top of it. Really, what's important there, we do get a nice kill, again, from auto attacks on the Diablo. It's important to note that the entire team, our team, decided to collapse over here. If that didn't happen, that would have been a lot more difficult. And the Malfurion and Vala were looking for an ambush, but it didn't work out for them. Maybe if it was more people with them, they could have gotten it. Rhaegar just too close to the wall. You're gonna get Diablo comboed. Not very fun for him. And when you're playing someone like Jaina, or you're playing someone like Vala, or Illidan maybe, even Hammer, for example, you need to be constantly watching what your opponents are doing and what your team is doing. You need to be fully aware of positioning, because if you're too far extended, you're just gonna die. You have to play safe. Play safe, but well. That's how you gotta play it. Now, we try to get a bit of damage on the Hammer, and we do. We get a full Blizzard on her, but we don't end up getting the Cone of Cold, Frostbolt, craziness. Level 10, let's talk a little bit about our choices here. We talked a little bit last game as Sylvanas about our choices between Possession and Wailing Arrow. Let's talk about Ring of Frost versus Water Elemental. And these are both not bad abilities, looking at them. Ring of Frost, of course, is, after a short delay, create a Ring of Frost at the target location that deals 440 damage and roots enemies for 3 seconds. Wow, 3-second roots, that's practically a stun. And the ring persists for 3 seconds afterward, chilling any enemies who touch it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 440 damage straight up, and it chills targets. And a 3-second root. That's amazing. If this if this was not so finicky, I would probably take it every game. Like, if there wasn't a short delay, if this ability was OP, I would take it, is what I'm trying to say. If this ability didn't have a short delay, which is super avoidable, and you can bait it out, and it can get baited out really easily, and the route's so finicky, you know, you have to hit in a donut shape, not a sphere. You know, there's an area in the middle. I would probably take it every time. But since that is the case, we're going to be taking Summon Water Elemental. It's just so much more consistent. Like, you're always going to get value out of Summon Water Elemental. Every single time. You won't with Ring of Frost. And that's why I like this. This is a bit more consistent, I guess. It's less bursty than Ring of Frost, but it's also a bit more damage overall. So that's kind of why I like it. Ring of Frost, not bad, but Summon Water Elemental is just going to get value every time you use it, and that's why we're going to take it. Of course, what it does is... And in this area, you can make basically a blizzard shape and summon a water elemental and deals damage upon entering the world, and it will auto-attack what you want it to auto-attack, as long as you target it. And it deals a lot of damage, and it chills targets. That's important. A lot of damage from chilled. Probably a little risky to try to take this. It wasn't going to happen anyway, since they did despawn. I thought it was super risky. I thought it was a bad idea because they could just ambush us, especially if they have web weavers pushing out waves. Kind of scary. But look at this. Look at how much damage we can do. Boom, boom, boom. So many crits. And that's just from Frostbite. And again, Sylvanas was way too overextended. It just paid for it. Sylvanas is another person you gotta be very careful with on your positioning. Because you do have to kind of get in the thick of it. And we did DC here. Oh, I hate getting DC'd. It makes me so sad. So sad. The Zeratul actually tries to kill the AI. He probably could have killed it if we got a little bit more lucky. But Tyrael's going to end up dying here. We get back into the game right now. Again, Tyrael's going to die to everyone. And at this point, we're looking for something here. What are our options here? We could chase over here, but that's super dangerous. We'd have these guys at our back, so we're going to go on the Diablo or the Vala. And the Diablo's closer, so we go on him. And look at how much damage we just straight up do with our combo. We did get the Envenom off as well, which probably secured the kill. He probably wouldn't have lived with it, or without putting it on him. And this is kind of awkward. Kind of a weird Void Prison. Tassadar doing work with those shields. She does end up dying, but look at this. Look at that. We knew that the Zeratul already blinked in, so it was totally efficient to use our ultimate on him and Malfurion. We weren't sure about getting the Malfurion kill, but we were definitely sure about killing the Zeratul. And I don't play a lot of Zeratul, but yeah, he doesn't have wormholes, so we couldn't have backed out even if we wanted to. Malfurion just died because we do a lot of damage. So, was it worth it for them? Absolutely not. It's a 2-for-1. Sylvanas for Zeratul and Malfurion. We were looking to get something here. Maybe we should have jumped in earlier. Maybe the slow would have helped a lot. This is kind of an awkward team comp for Jaina, just because there's not a lot of slows. We're pretty much the only slow. Tyrael's got a nice CC initiation with Judgment, I suppose. But we're really the only slow. And eventually the only root. Now at this point, I was kind of hesitant to take the boss with Tyrael, but then I did see they take the Bruiser, so they're definitely over here. Tassadar's over here saying, hey, we're over here, we're not taking boss, guys. If they jumped on us, they might have gotten the kills. Rhaegar was bottom, so this was super risky if they jumped on us, but they didn't. I remember this oh so well, I wish I didn't, but the Tyrael actually ends up taking quite a few hits from the boss when he's low. He should have just stayed back. He would have not had this happen to him. Oh, didn't even get value from exploding on the boss. Yuck. Level 13. All of these are good. Any of these are okay to take. This is kind of... I don't really like this as much because we do end up taking Bolt of the Storm, so we don't really need a oh shit, get out of here, or oh shit, survive right now ability. This is pretty good for damage, but I think this is just so much more valuable. And look at this value from the Water Elemental. We're going to switch the Elemental to attack here, and we're just auto-attacking the Diablo. And we get a double kill because of the Water Elemental. Pretty good, pretty good. I think he would have gotten away without the water elemental. But yeah, if you want to min-max, you could probably take Icy Veins and be pretty good with it. But I love Sprint. I love having escapes on supports on assassins, especially squishy ones like Jaina. We don't get too much value out of Sprint this game, but we do get a little bit. There are a couple of moments.
These mercenaries could be of use to us.
So there's not a lot to do here. So what's the rule? If there's not a lot to do on the map, just take the mercs. We're going to turn in, of course, but after that we're going to be taking the Siege Giants. Yeah, we could take this, which Tyrael does. And at this point we don't really have any options, so we're going to take this and then this, I believe, shortly after. We do see a lot of them grouping up, so it's like, let's fight, I guess? Because we are a little bit ahead. I don't have ultimate yet, which is kind of awkward. We're looking to do any damage we can. We miss both of our abilities, which is pretty bad. But they're both off cooldown pretty shortly. And they get Web Weavers, which is kind of awkward for us because we're pushed up. It's actually pretty good for us, I should say, because all of our lanes are pushed up except like mid lane. And this is kind of an awkward situation. I'm scared of the Zeratul, so I'm backing off a bit and waiting to jump on someone. There's the Zeratul. So we know we can jump on him. We do get Void Prisoned. And you'll see what happens here. We just do a ton of damage to the Zeratul. The Tyrael's going to end up going down, but he's going to get a kill on the Valo, which is pretty nice. And we're doing a lot of damage with the Water Elemental. We're going to get another kill on the Diablo by predicting where he's going. He's going to go here. We didn't think he was going to go here, so we didn't bother dropping anything there. And at this point, we need to back off. Mid lane and top lane are pushing. We need to go deal with that. Level 16, again, all of these are pretty good. I generally won't take Snow Crash unless we have a CC heavy team and we can guarantee that they're going to be hit by all three, which is very hard to guarantee. This is pretty good. 25% damage from your Cone of Cold for 2 seconds. Makes them vulnerable. Pretty good. This is okay. You know, it's the survivable option, but I feel like Numbing Blast is just so good. You know, Cone of Cold also roots chilled targets for 1 second. That's essentially a 1 second stun. Obviously, if they're a good player and they're in range of you, they're going to be still attacking and doing abilities and stuff, sure. But if they're not a good player, it's essentially a stun. And a lot of people that you play here in Hero League at rank 7, I believe this game was recorded at, there's not a lot of thought that goes into it. Like, a lot of people just think you're stunned for some reason. Like, they just won't do anything. And a lot of them just can't do anything, which is why it's so good. And again, we're getting a lot of value from Conjurer's Pursuit at this point. 2.75 mana regen bonus. Crazy, crazy stuff. A lot of mana. We're pretty much at the point where we can just spam our abilities without any consequence. Well, we gotta land them, of course, but, you know, and on the right targets, but, you know, we won't have any mana consequences. So we're looking for something here. I think this is a pretty good fight that happens. He gets a nice Lightning Breath, but it's not going to do a lot at the end. We do get Rhaegar ulted and Void Prisoned. And take a look at this position right here. In this position, I remember this oh so clearly. I was just spamming R so hard to try to get both of them. And you'll see what happens. We get out of the Void Prism, we get Rhaegar ulted, and boom! Oh, we get the body block on the Diablo. So much damage. So much damage. There's not a lot of other kills we can get from this position. We're going to try to. We get a lot of damage on the Diablo, but there's just not enough damage. We do get the Malfurion, though. I'm not sure what the Malfurion was thinking there. Maybe he lagged out like I did. Maybe he gave up. I have no idea what happened there. So, this was kind of a mistake by the enemy team. First Malfurion died, which was weird. But then the Diablo's super overextended when there's not a lot of people to back him up. That was the big mistake. He put himself in a position where he was pretty much definitely going to die. Now, we did get the Tyrael, so I guess it was kind of a trade that they needed. It's technically in their favor to get a kill on us, because there are comeback mechanics in this game. You know, if you kill a level 20, someone on a level 20 team and you're level 15, you're going to get a lot more experience than if someone on a level 20 team gets a kill on someone in a level 15 team. You know, that kind of mechanic. And at this point, Diablo is still down. We see them mid. We're pretty safe to take this. I don't really agree with Sylvanas going bottom. It's kind of scary to split the team up, especially when we're down a person. It does end up working out. You know, if this were any team that had coordination or organization, like a team that was on Skype or something like that, and they were talking about like, oh guys, they might be doing boss, then this would be bad. Because they'd go take giants, or they would go take boss to defend against us taking boss. But in this case, there's not a lot of communication, so we're able to take both. Pretty unpunished. And I make a pretty bad call here. I figure the boss is just going to take out the top keep, which I shouldn't have assumed. You know, it's still a pretty healthy keep, and everyone's defending against it, so I don't know. I mean, we could have helped this, and we definitely would have gotten the keep, and maybe a good fight, and maybe we would have won the game, sure, but that's a lot of maybes. You know, why not just take the safe route and get giants, push out bottom, and, you know, just play it safe. We're almost 20. If we went to go help, we wouldn't have gotten 20. And at level 20, we're going to be taking Bolt of the Storm. This is okay. I generally won't take it because I'm not super good with aiming with the elemental. But we see that everyone's jumping in. I didn't actually talk about it, but I was scared of the Zeratul just going straight on me, so I bolted out, and the lightning breath damage, so I just bolted out, and he actually blinked out at the exact same time, which is kind of funny. But now we're going to be looking to go right back in, because I'm pretty sure they wanted to kill me. That's kind of what the focus of the fights have been. And we almost, like, take a look at this. That's 350 damage, just straight up, and we're going to get the root off for 1 second, and we're thinking, ooh, we might be able to kill him. So we're going to throw everything on him. We're going to throw Blizzard, we're going to throw the Elemental, we're going to throw on Venom. We don't actually end up killing him. We do get the kill on the Malfurion, though, which is very important. They don't have a healer now. They can't really contest our siege on their core. And the hammer is just slow as hell, and ends up dying. Maybe could have turned the tide if they all backed. Maybe. Probably not. We were level 20. But, yep. I believe, yeah, that is going to be a victory on Tomb of the Spider Queen as Jaina in 17 minutes and 50 seconds. Nice Rhaegar ultimate there. Jaina, super bursty, super crazy potential. Her min-maxing is super high if you can play her correctly. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Every view counts. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends, anything you feel is appropriate to do. Every little bit counts. Really, it does. It makes me really happy to see that people actually watch this content and actually enjoy it. So thank you so much for that. That being said, I've been Maelstrom, and I'll see you next time.